Hello and welcome back to Limit of Adhesion's Prototype Challenge Season 2. We're at our second race at Long Beach, and joining me in the commentary booth once again is Steve. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, thanks, Mark. It's nice to be back for race 2. We'll see how the drivers cope with this grid. I think we're reverse grid on this one.
We are reverse grid, so as we see up on the screen the race 1 results, it's the top 8 on the road, I believe, that were reversed. So that could be a little bit interesting if any LMP3s get reverse gridded. I can't remember off the top of my head who finished 8th on the road, so we probably should have called that out in the previous video, but oh well, we're here now, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anybody got in there, yeah. So here we are with
That
the
is
rolling
Dom
start
Parker.
again.
So that is Dom Parker on the front row and Ture Molarin also on the front row. So yeah, we've got an LMP3 on pole position.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they get away.
Indeed. And will mean that Molarin will have an almighty lead from Stott in the LMP3s. Of course, they can't separate the classes out as we normally would under a rolling start. But either way, Molarin takes the start. As we see, there's carnage already as we try and go through the hairpin. But cars aren't making it. And Molarin's already checked out. He's well up the road and he's in an LMP3 as well. As we see Dom Parker now chasing him down with Stephen Maxwell in pursuit. Molarin under brakes for the first corner as we see that is Hoogeveen trying to go past Kelly, who's straight into the wall at turn 1. What a disappointing start for him. And looks like that was Bright touching the wall as well. I think maybe distracted by a Kelly in the wall.
And I think that could have been James Pepper as well that's run into the stationary Bright.
Pepper is showing us out as well, so yes, you could be right. As Dom Parker gets past Molarin. Dom Parker was always leading the LMP2 class, but now he's leading on the road as well. As we see the battle once again between the Minardi boys, Chalcroft versus Murphy. We saw a good fight between these two in race 1. It's good to see it resume. As we see, that's Afonso Aguiar just ahead of Ryan Dlugokecki, and that is Kelly without the front half of his car. And
that's a very second-hand LMP2, isn't it? LMP2 and LMP3? LMP2.
It's LMP2, yeah. That's a shame. As we see, there is Dawid Dlugokecki, who is our race winner from round 1. Being overtaken by Hoogeveen. Those two side by side into the first corner. Hoogeveen gets the place. And that is Stephen Greening trying to make his way past some LMP3s and nudges the wall as he does so. That is Dlugokecki against Renwick. And Renwick stays ahead. Messenger also gets past as well.
Sorry about that, Philip.
So, not quite sure what happened to Dlugokecki for him to lose those couple of positions. Given that he's already lost about 4.5 seconds to Hoogeveen, who was fighting just a lap ago.
Yeah, it's easy to make a mistake and just lose that 2 or 3 seconds around this track, though.
Indeed, as Dlugokecki goes back past Messenger, or at least attempts to. Messenger gets back past and then under braking for the hairpin. Don't really want to be going too wide through there. That's very ambitious for anyone who wants to try that. As we see, we've got Mike Murphy. Ben Chalcroft is a couple of seconds down the road, but that is Hoogeveen and Molarin in the LMP3.
Very close for Hoogeveen there.
Yes, and at a quick glance, the LMP2 and the LMP3 look annoyingly similar, especially from behind. And that's Molarin in the wall.
Molarin, yeah. Round he goes.
That's our LMP3 race winner. So João Tome will surely be inheriting the lead, and there he goes. As we see Murphy and Hoogeveen fighting. Hoogeveen getting so close once again to those barriers. He's already spent he's already visited the barriers a couple of times. And here we have Messenger in 6th. The field's actually spread out quite a bit, especially at the front of the field. We've got Parker, who's got a good lead over Maxwell, who's got a good lead over Chalcroft and Hoogeveen. It's only when you start getting down to sort of Hoogeveen through to sort of Aguirre that it gets a little bit closer. But here we have Parker. Oh, there we had Parker. Now we're looking at James Renwick in 8th of the LMP2. You've got former race winner Dlugokecki in front of him and Afonso Aguirre just behind him. And just having a look at the LMP3 battle. Tome is still in the lead. We've got Molarin from Tzuski. A couple of seconds separating each of the top 3 in the LMP3 class. Will be interesting to see how Molarin fights back though, Steve. Given that he's clearly got the pace. He absolutely dominated the first round.
It will be. It's just if he's taking any damage from that contact with the wall, he's certainly got the pace to catch and pass Tome. But honestly, Tzuski as well will be putting pressure on from behind.
Indeed, as we see, once again, we've got James Renwick. He has now been passed by Aguirre. But we'll see if Renwick can hang on to the back of him. Well, having said that, Aguirre is, well, he's absolutely rapid in the Formula 4 cars. He's absolutely rapid in qualifying, but something always seems to go wrong for him in the race. I think there was a couple of times where he either failed to make the grid or had a jump start or got involved in a first corner incident or something like that. But
yeah, he's had a few incidents or a few unfortunate mishaps, hasn't he? So,
but he's certainly absolutely rapid.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's no slouch when it comes to racing.
Yeah, and talking of someone being absolutely rapid, we've got Don Parker, who's a certified very quick guy, and Maxwell, who has the 001 on the front of his car, which means he is also a very, very quick guy. Fighting for the lead. Chalcroft a couple of seconds back. Chalcroft's also very quick.
Dlugokecki there with the fastest lap for the race at the moment, 113 dead.
Indeed.
So he's certainly not hanging around.
Certainly not, no. Hoogeveen was looking at the back of Chalcroft, but made a little mistake going through turn 1.
Yeah, Molarin now within half a second of Tome as well.
Indeed. So here we have Tome and Molarin fighting for the lead of LMP3. They've got a fairly decent gap behind them, 3 and a bit seconds back to Ryan Tzuski, who is there. He comes, and they've got about
taking the lead.
He has indeed. I was wondering if they were going to fight a little bit more, but no, Molarin made that look quite easy, to be honest.
He did, and he wasn't long before he opened up a 7/10 gap as well, so he had a very good corner there to take him away from Tome.
Indeed. So, here is the fight for the overall lead of the race. We've got, and Don Parker's round. I think there was contact from Maxwell there.
It did look like a slight contact. It doesn't take much to turn these on a corner neither. He's at the toe.
No, and yeah, Parker's towed. I don't think that was necessarily because he had to tow. I think that was more because he was just stuck in traffic and didn't have an opportunity to turn back round and didn't want to cause more carnage, which is hugely unfortunate. And we're going to see a replay of Tome getting past by Molarin. That, I wonder if there were team orders there, because Tome almost seemed like he got out of the gas and let Molarin past.
Molarin is faster than you.
I think Tome can confirm that he understood that message.
Oof, not
If
half.
there was such a message.
That was a certain Ferrari-esque pass, was that?
It certainly was. As we see Murphy now not too far behind Hoogeveen, who is in turn not too far behind Chalcroft, who is in turn not too far behind Maxwell. I think that incident between Maxwell and Parker's sort of really closed those guys up quite a bit. As we see Parker still in the pits, that's so painful and so unfortunate for him after leading the vast majority of this race.
Top three for LMP3 at the moment is Molarin, Tome and Suzuki. Rich Meisters, my apologies, in a solid fourth. And now Pepper is in fifth. So that, once again, that's a solid result there at the moment for the Cool Camel Silver team, with Meisters and Pepper in fourth and fifth.
Indeed, very good showing for the Cool Camel team. As we see, that was Dlugokecki. Looked like he was trying to make a move on the inside of Mike Murphy, but didn't quite have his nose far enough alongside, so he's going to regroup. He's going to try again at turn one, if he is close enough, but it doesn't look like he is, as Hoogeveen goes to the pits. Not quite sure why. I don't know if there was some more damage, or whether he's got to drive through for breaching an instant limit. We will find out momentarily. Oh, there we go. That steering does not look central.
No, definitely off centre there.
That is certainly not optimal. And so easily done around Long Beach. The walls are incredibly close. And having said that, it looked like he was just driving straight back out of the pits again.
Yeah, that's an odd one. It certainly looked as though that steering was off centre. Maybe he's decided that he's not going to pit for repairs and carry on.
This is a guy who probably will have to pit for repairs, though. Chalcroft, who, as we saw there, just getting it all wrong through turns 6 and 7. And, yeah, he will be hoping that his mechanics can get his car fixed quickly. As we see, this has given quite a nice healthy gap to Stephen Maxwell after all of that. Mike Murphy in second, Michael Messenger in third, and Dawid Dlugokecki in fourth. And to be honest, any one of those three, Murphy, Messenger or Dlugokecki, any one of those could still get that second place. We've got
they're all within
minutes left.
Yeah, a couple of laps left, and they're all within a second of each other, second and a half.
Indeed. So we'll have to see how this plays out of the rest of the race. Of course, no mandatory pit stops or anything like that in any limited adhesion races. So this is a nice, quick sprint race, start to finish. So anytime you do find yourself coming into the pits, you really do not want to be there, and something's gone very wrong. We see here is Murphy, Messenger and Dlugokecki. Big gap now to Maxwell, while these three fight it out amongst themselves. And that's Kelly also in shot in that little group of four, but Kelly is a lap down, so Kelly is in 10th. As we see, we've got maybe 2, maybe 3 laps left in this. As we see, who was that in the wall? Was that Dlugokecki?
Yeah, I think it could possibly be. It was an orange car. I'm not sure. It might have been. Was it Messenger?
I don't think it was Messenger.
I'm not 100% sure. No.
It was either Dlugokecki or Kelly. I didn't catch who it was.
It was a heavy hit anyway.
Murphy. It was. It was Murphy going to the inside of Oliver Walker, who's had a fairly quiet race, to be honest. I haven't spoken much about Mr. Walker.
Looks like Ben Chalcroft's in the pit lane as well.
Yes, well, we saw how bent his steering was. I'm not surprised he's needed to come into the pits. So, yeah, these three are all still fairly close. So I think it must have been Kelly that was involved, because Kelly's dropped off the back of these guys. So we've got Murphy,
I think Kelly
Messenger,
was a lap down as well, wasn't he?
Yes, he is, yeah. As he gets past Oliver Walker. And safely through turn 1. It's such a scary corner, is turn 1. You got to sort of
it doesn't
try
take much just to slide off, does it? Yeah.
Exactly. It's a really quick corner, all things considered, and you have to get it just right or you're in the wall.
The leader's just coming towards Pepper in 5th in the LMP3s. I'm sure he'll get out of the way and let him past.
And there he goes.
As he does.
Pepper keeping nice and sensibly off to the side, letting the leader through. As we see Murphy go to the inside on Messenger. And that's opened the door for Dlugokecki. Will he try and move? No, he won't. And he goes to the inside in the hairpin and locks up and touches the back of Murphy. They made contact, half spin for Murphy, but all parties have survived, it looks like. And to be honest, I think that was fairly self-policing. Indeed. I think that was fairly self-policing, to be honest, because it certainly looked like Dlugokecki was at fault for that, and he's dropped a bit back from Murphy, so all is okay there. As we watch Ture Molarin now in the lead, he's got a 2-3 second gap back to Tome.
And that's the end of the race.
That is the end of the race. So, Steve, why don't you take us through the standings when they appear? Take us through the
no
first
problem.
few.
Yeah, I see. LMP2, we have Stephen Maxwell and Michael Messenger and Mike Murphy on the podium, with Dawid Dlugokecki, Stephen Greening, James Renwick, Hoogeveen, Aguirre, Chalcroft, Kelly and Don Parker bring up the rear. In the LMP3s, we have Ture Molarin, Xiao Tome, Ryan Suzuki, Rich Meisters and Steve Pepper in 5th, Oliver Walker, Sam Stott, Philip Miles, Gareth Winslade, Russell Bright and James Pepper, unfortunately, at the back.
Indeed.
We'll see if we can bring up the championship standings here.
Fingers crossed they will appear.
And here we go, LMP2. Dawid Dlugokecki with 81 points, Stephen Maxwell, Mike Murphy, Hoogeveen, Messenger, Kelly, Chalcroft, Greening, Renwick, Parker and Aguirre. And for the LMP3s we have Ture Molarin, Xiao Tome, Ryan Suzuki, Stott, Meisters, Steve Pepper, Walker, Miles, Winslade, Bright and James Pepper in the 11th.
Alright, thanks for that, Steve.
We've got teams and team championship. LMP2 teams, you have Minardi RR, RaceGitter.de, Risky Racing, Wizards Black Sapphire, Wizards Fire Ruby, and unfortunately I didn't get the last one. And in LMP3 we have Wizards Green Emerald, Cool Camel Silver, QRS, No Slots No Glory, Minardi Americas and Cool Camel Gold, bringing up the rear in 6th.
Alright, thanks for
So
that, Steve.
fairly, it was a solid result for a couple of teams there.
It was indeed. So, next up we've got Spa-Francorchamps. And yeah, there are links to our socials, so yeah, if you'd like to come and race with us or just come and say hi, There are our details. We'll have a link in the description, so come and say hi. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Mark, and joining me has been Steve.
Thanks very much. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Cheers. Bye.